Bumi vs Iroh. Who wins between these two powerful characters if they were to face off in a full-scale battle? That's the battle I have for y'all today. Like, share, and subscribe, as well as comment down below on any thoughts you have about this video. Now, before getting right into the video, let me just state that I'm only going to be using these two characters from the 3 seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon, not The Legend of Korra or anything else, just the 3 seasons. Now, let's get into it by starting with their physical strength. Now, I'll be completely honest. I do believe that Bumi is physically superior to Iroh. I mean, we saw his physique for his age and it's quite impressive, and given that he's an earthbender, he naturally has to have this unnatural levels of physical strength to do the many earthbending things he's capable of doing. But obviously, Iroh is also quite physically strong. I mean, we saw a training montage and we saw his physique, but I'll still lean towards Bumi being physically superior. And then in terms of speed, well, I'll be completely honest, I think in terms of speed and durability, you could kind of put them relative to one another. Neither one of them really shows many durability or speed feats that should in any way imply that the other is faster or more durable than the other. So I think it's kind of fair to just say that they're more or less relative. I mean, they can keep up with the same caliber of characters and they don't tank many attacks. And I think it's quite fair to just say that they're more or less relative in terms of speed and durability because of them keeping up with the same caliber of characters and having a lack of feats in terms of durability. But then when it comes to their combat skills, well, I think it's quite obvious that Iroh should be superior in that aspect. I mean, he's a firebender, a highly experienced firebender. Yes, Bumi has more experience than Iroh, that's obvious, but given that Iroh is just simply a firebender and firebenders are trained in martial arts to assist with their firebending, I mean, we saw many moments throughout the entirety of the Avatar series where firebenders showed hand-to-hand combat skills, especially someone like Zuko who was trained by Iroh. So yeah, I mean, Iroh is trained in hand-to-hand combat to assist with his firebending, so he has to be better in terms of hand-to-hand combat than Bumi, who was never really trained in that aspect. Now let's talk about their power, their bending power. And I'll be completely honest, both of these guys are insanely powerful benders. They are masters of their elements. Iroh has a variety of different ways of attacking with his firebending. He trained someone as great of a firebender as Zuko, and obviously he trained in different either kind of bending styles to assist with his firebending. I mean, he was even trained by the original firebenders. He can attack in a variety of different ways. He's highly experienced, and he has lightning bending, which though it does take a while to kind of generate, it still is a one-shot win attack. He's an insanely powerful firebender. But Bumi is also insanely powerful. I mean, Bumi naturally has more ways of attacking Iroh than Iroh has of attacking him, given the simple fact that he's an earthbender, and earthbenders should have more ways of attacking firebenders than firebenders have of attacking them. So naturally, that gives Bumi the advantage. But to top that off, he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest earthbender to ever exist. He's able to attack in a variety of different ways. He's such an unorthodox fighter, which makes him even more complicating to actually analyze and be able to face off against. And he's insanely powerful with that earthbending, with him being able to take over his entire city, throwing around massive boulders and buildings and literally dropping down Fire Lord Ozai's massive statue, which was quite far away from him. I mean, he's even able to block firebending from Sojin's combat-empowered firebenders, which is absolutely insane. Bumi's raw power with his earthbending is absolutely insane. But then he also has the ability of seismic sense, kind of, and he can even bend with just one part of his body, which is also insane. And he can actually turn rock into sand, then bend that sand by turning it into quicksand, which could be a big problem for Iroh, who's never shown the ability of having fire jets and stuff like that. So naturally, given the simple fact that Bumi has such raw power and more ways of attacking Iroh than Iroh has of attacking him, I'll lean towards Bumi winning in the aspect of power. Now, who do I actually think wins this battle in total? Well, I'll be completely honest. I do think Bumi should win the battle. Now, I'm sure many people are not going to be happy about that, and many people are going to disagree with that, given that they do believe that Iroh is like OP and at the top of the verse in terms of power, and he is at the top of the verse, but so is Bumi. Both of these characters are simply known to be the greatest benders of their elements. So the reason why I believe Bumi to be superior is, first of all, he is physically superior to Iroh relative to his speed and durability. Though Iroh might be a better martial artist than he is, Bumi is a long-range fighter, and martial arts isn't the most important factor to consider when talking about fights between benders. And to top that off, Bumi has such a large arsenal in comparison to Iroh. You have to naturally give him that advantage. I mean, he's able to block attacks by firebenders empowered by Sojin's comment, and he's able to attack in so many different ways, turning rock into sand using quicksand. Iroh might not actually have a way of avoiding the quicksand, whilst Bumi has ways of easily blocking majority of Iroh's attacks. I mean, he's definitely going to block all of them and dodge all of them. I mean, even the lightning, as powerful as it is, Bumi is just going to put up a barrier and block it. I mean, Iroh is powerful. He has a lot of ways of attacking, and his firebending is quite powerful, right? But Bumi just has a lot more ways of attacking, and his earthbending is insanely powerful, and in my opinion more powerful than Iroh's firebending, and thus I believe Bumi has the capabilities of taking this battle. Now I'm sure many people are not going to agree with this. I'm going to have a lot of comments and thoughts about this. It's completely understandable. If you do, please leave them down below. I'd love to see them. This is MC Info to another MC Clash. I'm out.